Hey guys, Joshua Peterson Electric. This is my fourth video on this house here. Just to refresh real quick, we talked about the service meter and the grounding out front, and then we talked about boring and the fees that the utilities have, as well as we talked about the third thing. I'm trying to remember it. It'll come to me. Anyways, the fourth thing that we're going to talk about here is going to be the aluminum con splicing into the panel, as well as our arc faults. So this city is requiring the fact if we change all the devices that 406 talks about, that you have to arc fault your devices in the home. This is the 14th home I've done in the last 6 years, the last 2 editions of code. This is December 2017. So this is my 14th home, which is nice. I've only had one home 6 months ago that I had to condemn the basement. I could not get a double pole like this to set down there for the 2-pole 20 and the 2-pole 15. It was impossible. Anyways, as you can see, all these breakers set really nice, and we have everything lined out. We have our bugs right here that we use. These are Polaris design, and they come in and stab into here. This is going to be extending for our cooktop. You do have to have this. It's aluminum and copper splice rated when you're dealing with anything from a 12 gauge up to a number 4. This is good for your 14 and 12 gauge right here. The only reason why I had to use these is because they were too short to get into the breakers. So when I typically land this, I try to hit my big feeders first and then my multi-conductor branch circuits. Here's my multi-conductor branch circuit right here. You can see this one was too short, and it had the black, red, blue, so these AFCIs are working very well. I do not have any dual action here like the baby blues, as you can see. The reason why I don't is because I decided to GFCI everything that was accessible through the house. This is a fairly large house, about 3,300 square foot. So it's a fairly large home for the 70s. It was custom design. We came through the panel and grounded here our bushing. As we came up, we did our own bonding, or our bonding jumpers right here between the neutral and the ground with a number 6 bare copper. We have another one squeezed right in here, inspector like that. This is my cold water coming in. My ground bar I dropped down to hit these grounds, and my other ground bars up here to hit those grounds. Of course, I built it out first. I put in this wire back to back through that 3/4 outside that you saw earlier. This is my feeders I built next. After that, I put in these grounds, and then I stabbed all this in and slit the jacket and put these in. I did identify my neutrals to my hots. You're supposed to weave that or identify it in some nature. As you can see, my circuit numbers are not correct because this came off the old panel schedule, and now this will go in the new panel schedule. And I'll look at this old panel schedule right here and put it in. As you can see how much larger this panel is, 40% bigger. This is actually a full circuit, full 60 circuit panel. So the bottom right here will have those teeth to actually put more in. But as you can see, I'm adding more full circuits in here. So later I really only have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 spaces, or 5 spaces for full. Excuse me, 8. Anyways, guys, hopefully that gives you an idea of what's going on. If you're trying to get an outlet out front, that now's the time to do it for an RV hookup or whatever you're doing. This is back to back. Of course, the meter was outside. It's dark outside, so I can't show you that, so look at the other videos. We did see, interesting enough, mouse that was in the bottom of the old panel as far as the some leftover droppings. Let me show you this. This was interesting. So my hunch that there was a mouse in the panel or around it was correct. Here's that little guy right there grounding out near the edge of this metal to the B-phase. Actually, he hit it, all of the B-phase straight down. I don't know, he's been in there a while, but somehow he seemed to shimmy right down that little crack. Once he did, he just found his own demise there. So keep in mind, guys, if you see rodents or any type of poop, don't ignore it. Just try to figure out how to get an exterminator, and or some, just get some traps, put them up in the attic and down in the crawl space. If you don't, and they get in there, they can chew your wires, and over time, that can cause a lot of shorts. So again, right there is a good reason to have arc faults as well. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Have a good day.